Carter's seat is up for grabs in the 2026 midterm elections, and it's time voters have the opportunity to choose a representative who stands for the Constitution. Over the next 10 weeks, our Candidate Voices series will introduce you to the candidates running to represent Georgia's 1st Congressional District in the U.S. House of Representatives. Buddy Carter has held this seat since 2014, and we believe it's time for a change. 5051 Savannah will be interviewing all candidates for this House seat who align with our mission, upholding the Constitution and rejecting authoritarianism. We won't interview candidates whose views are fundamentally incompatible with our mission. If new candidates enter the race and share our values, we'll gladly add them to the series. Our goal is to help voters make an informed choice ahead of the May 19th primary. Each candidate will be asked the same question with responses limited to 5 minutes. We'll release one question per week, and all interviews will be available on our social media, YouTube channel, and website. Look for the series once a week. We're glad you're joining us. Hi, I'm here tonight with Defonsio Daniels, who is running for election for the U.S. House to represent Georgia's 1st Congressional District. Our question tonight, Defonsio: what motivated you to run for this seat at this moment in time? And what do you think is at stake if we don't get it right?
What motivated me to run at this moment in time? Well, last year I ran for the state house. There was myself, Patty Hewitt, and Rebecca Moore, the only three from both the federal and the state house that actually ran in Congressional District 1. We ran our race. I first person to ever run in my district as a Democrat, and that was a challenge in itself. It was a whole evolution of just trying to break barriers. That was my whole campaign, trying to cross over and break barriers and letting people know where the problem lies and how long those people have been in those positions and why we still have those same issues. So bringing attention to it, educating from the bottom up is what I started doing. And I learned that after talking to people from both sides of the aisle, that I am able to communicate with both and being able to break those barriers and how people bring those people to the table and have them understand that we're facing something and we're facing it all together. So I got a lot of votes. I got a lot of votes from both the Democrats and both Republicans, but the problem still persists. I lost my race, but we got a lot of votes. We got votes that we didn't think was going to get. So it was almost times three of the votes that we had calculated getting. And from there, I learned a lot. I learned that we must start early. I learned that we have to start educating continuously. It does not stop. The work cannot stop after an election, and you have to continue on the press. And what I did was the reason how I got to this seat is that I started trying to recruit other candidates to run for the House seat under whoever the congressional candidate may be. And I did that with the effort of understanding that we build pillars under whoever the candidate may be. That way, that person would have enough support and spread all across the Congressional District 1 that they would need in order to be successful as a candidate for the U.S. House of Representatives. Well, in my conducting of recruitment, everywhere I went, it kept people kept saying, "Hey, why don't you run? You sound like you would be a good candidate to fit this position." You feel I was like, I said, I already got my candidate. It's going to be Patty. It's going to be Patty. Well, that never transitioned into working out. And I talked to her about me running, and she's all for it. So like, you'll be a good candidate to run. So I was like, okay. So just looking at the issues and thinking about how we must start early, and watching what she went through last year was a prime example of the reasons why we have to be out there physically engaged right now. So I said to myself, I was like, if we don't get a candidate now to start the building process now, we are going to have those problems the following year for election for our election. So, in order to negate those issues, this is why I jumped into this race because I know the struggles that the previous candidate went through, and I knew the barriers that were set up for her that I can cross over into and be able to be more. I should say more engageable and proficient at engaging with different populations and communities. My background is in law enforcement, so I'm constantly dealing with people. Also in the Marine Corps, we're constantly dealing with people or and different types of emotions and structures. And I come from an environment where my upbringing was of poverty, so I was able to claw my way out of poverty and get into college and go from college and go into the Marine Corps, from the Marine Corps into the federal law enforcement. I was able to I learned how to, communicate with people. Communication was a problem with me when I first joined anything military because I'm a family knit type person. But I found that that was actually my niche, and I guess the Lord had something planned for me because I was trying to escape my calling the whole entire time. So when I got here for retirement, my wife was in the Navy too. She retired from Kings Bay here in Camden County, and she transferred here. So I thought I was done with everything, but the community issues just kept stacking up, and I just could not sit on camp couch. That's what I call it, camp couch, and no more and take it anymore. And that's when I decided to get off the couch and start getting engaged in the community. I joined the NAACP.
Thank
Um,
you. I'm sorry, Defonsio, we've run out
I'm
of
done.
time.